Alright guys, thanks for coming to the call tonight guys. This is my weekly Here to Help You webinar. I do these calls once a week on Monday nights at 8 o'clock. I come on here and do some sort of little presentation or a demo. Sometimes I have a special guest. These are all training question answer sessions. There's rarely ever anything for sale. These calls are here just for you guys to hopefully that you'll learn something that you can use in your online business in some way. Occasionally, you might hear me mention a product that's for sale. It's not that I'm here to try to sell you on that product. It's just that something I might want to make you aware of. It might be something that I have coming out or something that's coming out in the internet marketing space that I think you need to be aware of. But like I said, for the most part, for anybody that hasn't been to one of these calls, I think we have a couple of new people in here tonight. That these calls are here just for you guys to give you a chance once a week to come on here and hopefully learn something, get you answer questions that I got through replay forms and emails the past week, and hopefully you'll learn something that you can use on your own business in some way. Tonight I have a presentation for you. I'm going to go through first, and then I've got about 6 or 7 questions that I got in the emails over the past week and a half. And then I'm going to take your guys' live questions if you have any after that. So with that said, let's go ahead and go to the next slide. What we're going to talk about tonight is the 70-20-10 formula for success. And this may be a topic that you've heard before, and it may not have been a topic that you've heard before. We've all heard of the 80-20 rule of how things get done and what's most successful for you. But this is not along that lines at all. This is something totally different. That in order for you to be successful, all successful people have to follow a proven formula. Now, to come up with this formula for success, what works for you, you really have to start at the very beginning and start branding your business and start branding your following so that people know what to expect from you and what you're all about and what kind of things that you are going to be presenting to them or offering to them or helping them with. So along the lines, for your business to be successful, you have to have some sort of a formula that you follow, that you stick to, that people know what to expect from you and they know pretty much what you're going to be offering them somewhere down the line in your business model. And like I said, it all starts with branding your initial, when you first start out, branding yourself in some way in how you're going to deliver content, training, products, services, whatever it might be, and where you're going to deliver those products, services, and the content that you're going to give them. So what is the 70-20-10 formula? What does it comprise of? The 70 stands for the 70%, and that's what's expected of you. Like I said just a few minutes ago, when you first start out, you got to start out with your business model of branding yourself in some way in the niche that you're in and the type of following that you're trying to get. And this 70% is what these people that are following you, the people that are buying your products and services or reading your blogs or following you on social media, this is what they expect from you on a consistent basis. So the 70% is what you're expected to do. Now the 20% is your unique spin to this 70% that you're going to be delivering on a consistent basis. No matter what business model you're in, you've got to have something that sets you apart and unique so that you gain, followers that want to follow you for what you can deliver to them. So you take this 70% of what you're going to be doing on a consistent and considered your normal basis, and you add your own unique spin to it in some way. And then lastly, the 10% is the experimental phase of your business where you're trying something new, where you want to introduce new things to your clients or your prospects or your followers, in that you're trying to experiment and see where you can develop and expand your business. So, given that I've just given you a basic definition, I wanted to go through just a few examples of this, how you can apply this to various different business models that people are following, some of the most popular ones. So I want to go through just a few of these just to give you a little better explanation and examples of how you can apply this formula And one of these business models may be one that you're actually following now. So let's look at a blogger first. 70% of what a blogger should be doing is providing the content that the readers expect to see, depending on what the topic that the blogger is basing his blog on. They expect to see a certain amount of the content that's normal for that niche topic, whatever it might be. Now, the 20% would be adding your own unique take on the topic, maybe your own opinions, or maybe even different ways of doing something, depending on, again, your niche and your sub niche. You need to add your own uniqueness to it so that you gain a following of people that want to come back to your blog and read what you do just a little bit different in this 70% that they expect to see from other bloggers who are in that same niche. And then the 10% would be introducing new topics in this blog that might try to steer off into maybe possibly another category or even a whole new blog that you might want to start. So this is an example of what a blogger might do for the 70-20-10 formula. The next thing I want to talk about is an affiliate marketer. Now, at some point, all of us are affiliate marketers, and some of us follow affiliate marketing as our main business model. An affiliate marketer, for the most part, is generally expected to market the new product launches that come out. That's what they're basically basing their business model on, watching the leader launch boards and promoting, the new products that are coming out. The 20% would be, possibly adding unique bonuses to their offers to try to get people to purchase through their links. Now, I did a training not long ago on white label bonuses and the new trend that affiliate marketers are following now by offering white label bonuses. This would be considered, the 20%, what makes your offer unique from the next affiliate marketer that's marketing the same exact product. Then again, the 10% of this could be trying out affiliate marketing in new niches or sub niches. I actually spelled sub wrong. I put sub niches. Just say that. Anyway, this would be how you'd apply the 70-20-10 formula to affiliate marketing. You would be building a list of to market the general products that are released on a consistent basis in any given niche. You have at least 1 to 10 in the internet marketing that you have 5 to 20 new products that are released on a weekly basis. So your list would expect you to market to them or to let them know about, maybe give reviews about these new products that are coming out. And then you, of course, to keep people coming onto your list and purchasing from you instead of the next marketer, you want to add something unique to it, even if it's not bonuses, maybe it's extra training or whatever it might be, something that sets your offer out unique from the other affiliate marketers that are mailing possibly to the same people on other lists. So this is how you would apply the 70-20-10 formula to affiliate marketing. The next one is a product creator. Not a lot of us are into product creation because product creation, even though you hear a lot of different opinions on this, product creation is not one of the easiest things to do, and it's not one of the recommended things to do to start out with. But if you are a product creator, you tend to develop a following of people that expect you to create products in your given niche on a consistent basis in the same types of products. Now, the trend has been changing in what sells the best in product creation, so it may be that you actually have to adapt, the types of products that you're creating. Example being, a few years ago, ebooks were easy to sell. You could sell 50, 60 page ebook really easily. Nowadays, people want to see either video training or, in addition, software or something that goes along with the product. So just having an ebook alone has made product creators shift to providing more multimedia type content. And again, the 20% would be making these products unique, because no matter what niche you're in as a product creator, there are literally hundreds or possibly even thousands of other people creating products in that same niche. So you would want to, make your product somewhat unique from the other people that are marketing the same types of products. And then the 10% would be creating products in a new niche or sub niche. In other words, trying to develop possibly another list segmentation of a different line of products that you could be creating. A network marketer. Some of us are into network marketing. It's not one of my big things. I am involved in one or two little small network marketing plans, but it's not one of my main things that I concentrate on. But if you are into network marketing, a good example of applying this formula would be, first off, the 70% is establishing leadership and a following. The most successful people in network marketing, they're establishing themselves as a leader in that program or in that topic that they're promoting is about. They're wanting to establish themselves as a leader and the person to follow in that topic. The 20% would be providing extras to the downline members, whether it be other ways to help them promote and build their downlines, or extras that they could do as far as advertising, showing them the best ways that you're advertising and promoting, to help them build their downlines. And then the 10% would be, to go above board to maybe offer coaching or even done for you services. I've seen a lot of network marketers go this route of offering coaching to people in their downlines that have went to the upper levels in the network marketing plan, or even to the point of once they get to a certain level, they'll offer, completely done for them services to help build their downlines. But the 70% for a network marketer is what your downline expects from you, in that they expect you to be the leader in this program, somebody that they can trust, somebody that they can look to for answers. So that's what they expect to see from you as a network marketer for your 70%. And again, even if there are hundreds or thousands of other people promoting that same network marketing scheme, you still have to provide something that's a little bit different and unique in order to get the people to be a part of your downline, instead of opposed to joining someone else through someone else and being a part of their downline. An offline marketer. Now, there's a lot of us that are involved in offline marketing, and it's probably about 30 to 40% of my business is offline marketing. 70% of that would be providing the services and the consultation or whatever it might be that you're selling to offline businesses. That would be what they expect you to present to them when you go to the meetups and the network meetings and the chamber meetings and that type of thing. They expect you to offer those types of services to them and provide those services on a consistent basis. The 20% would be adding something unique to it that the other people that are marketing in the same services or products or consultation that they're not offering, something that you go above board to offer the clients and the prospects to try to convince them to purchase their products and their consultation through you. And then again, the 10% would be offering new products or services, trying to develop another product line with your offline market. So what can you expect from the 70-20-10 formula? This is what you can expect from it if you follow this general rule of thumb in following your business model. The 70% is providing what's expected from you, what people are expecting from you, and no matter what given business model or niche that you're in. This 70% will always please the customers, the followers, the prospects, because that's what they're expecting to get from you, what they're expecting to see from you. And these are the things that they want to see from you and they expect to see from you on a given connection with you. They want to see this consistent 70%. They don't always want you to be offering something unique. They don't always want you to be trying something new from them. They want the consistency of that 70% of what they should be seeing from you. The 20% of adding uniqueness or extras is what will help you convert more sales and clients, provided that it's congruent with the 70% of what was expected from you. Now, if this 20% of being unique and adding something different goes against the normal 70% that you're providing, it can be that it's turning more out to be that you're offering something new, not something that goes along with what they're expecting you to promote and to offer to them or to sell to them. So this 20% is what makes you stand out from the rest of the people that are in your same niche. They're trying to get the same clients and prospects. So this 20% is what's actually going to convert your sales for you. The 70% is what they're expecting to get from you. They know that they're going to get this 70% from the next person if they go follow them. But this 20% is what's going to make it unique and make them want to get this product or service from you. And then the 10% is trying something new. Now, lots of times and often this 10% will fail, and its average is about 50% of the time. But the successes that you get from it will help you to develop new lines of products and clients and followers. You have to have this 10% figured into your daily business model. Maybe not on a daily basis, but on a consistent basis, offering something unique and new, trying to get people to maybe be interested in more products and services that you offer, and that you can continue to keep them as long-time permanent customers. Now, a lot of times this is your chance to explore and try different and new things, and sometimes it'll fail, and you can expect it to fail about 50% of the time. But given that you're working in the 70-20 rule first, providing what they're expecting and offering something unique to what they're expecting from you, this 10% is not going to hurt your business as if you'd made this trying something new a bigger percentage. In other words, it could hurt your business more because you're putting more emphasis on trying something new. When you're using the 70-20-10 formula, you've already established your business model and what you're going to be offering and the niche and the sub niche that you're going to be working in. And the 10% is where you want to try to develop and branch out into other areas. Maybe, like I said, offer new product lines in the same niche that you're in, but offering new types of product lines. It could be that, let's say, you are primarily a product creator that creates video courses. Well, maybe you want to experiment in 10% in doing live webinars or coaching. That could be the extra 10% that you try, and it could be, that you see that maybe the coaching doesn't work out for you so well, you can't get too many people to sign up for your coaching, but they do like to come to your webinars. So, that would be the 10% where you're trying something new, that you've discovered that one part of it failed, but then another part of it succeeded. So it gives you another avenue for delivering content to your customers, in that you experimented with just trying something a little new, trying to branch out just a little bit. Now, if you follow this formula, it pretty much guarantees that your business is going to prosper. Plus, it gives you the opportunity to expand with a marginal chance of failure. And this is where most people just starting out in their businesses fail. They want to try too many things all at once. They don't have a balance of what they should be doing and what they're expected to do and what they should be providing. In other words, they're letting that 10% take over more of the percentage than it should, while they're trying to experiment too much. When you're first starting out, of course, you've got to be building your brand and building and developing your business model that you want to follow. So it could be in the very beginning, you are experimenting with different business models, trying to determine which one you like the best. But once you lock into a business model that you really like, something that you really like to work in, that's where you need to start following what's considered the consistency of being in that business model. And this 70-20-10 formula is what's going to be the given rule for your success, in that 80% of what you're going to be doing is what's going to be working for you consistently on a regular basis, because this is what the people want to see from you and what keeps them following you. Allowing your business to be just 10% of adding something new and trying different things is going to be the extra that's going to allow you to expand your business, to add new products, or maybe go into different areas, or maybe even possibly different sub niches. But any of it that fails in that 10% is not going to hurt your consistent 80% of your business, where you're doing what you've been expected to do. So that was my training on the 70-20-10 formula for success. And this is a success formula that most all successful people are following. They know what people expect from them, so they know what to deliver on a consistent basis, but they know when it's time for them to try something new, in that maybe their business has started to reach a plateau or not growing enough, so they know they need to experiment and try other things, but they still can keep that consistent of what's expected from them, to keep the customers that they have and to provide what they should be selling in their niche so that they can continue with their business. This is something that it took me a long time to learn, especially when I first started out as a product creator in 2007. I created products in all different types of niches. I wasn't really sure which niche was the one I wanted to follow. And then in each one of them, I wasn't providing but just the bare minimum of content before I would try something different. For I finally realized it took me about 3 years to figure out that I needed to be consistent in what I was offering people in a given niche so that I could develop a following from, so that when I released a new product in that niche, they were already sold on it because they knew what I would be providing to them, in that the previous products were consistent with what I was offering with the new products. Okay, you guys have any questions on the training? Does that pretty much make sense? There's lots of different examples I could have given for this. I wanted to pick some that were the most popular ones that probably people that are on this call and will be listening to the replays will be following. So that's why I picked those certain ones. But you could apply that to just about any given business model at all. My biggest business model I like to follow is the resale rights business model, and you can follow that rule consistently with that throughout the whole resale rights business model. The other thing I like to work on is product creation, and that was one of the examples I gave, that you can use this formula for every single business model there is, whether it be something you're doing online or in social media or in the offline world. So if we have no more questions with that, let's go ahead and answer our questions we got in emails. And if you guys have any other live questions, we'll answer those. Let's see if I can get this to where I can see it. All right, there we go. Now I can see it, and I can see your guys' questions if you have any. The first one I got is, I really like what you do in the resale rights business model. How can I get started out and model your business? The resale rights business model is one of the easiest ones to get started in. I would recommend, if you want to get started in it, is first off join at least one, but possibly two or three different PLR membership sites, so you have access to products that are released with resale rights and not have to buy them individually. That would be the easiest way to get started. Now, to be successful in it, though, you really need to look for products that are sold with resale rights that you can make unique and that are not going to be offered in PLR membership sites. In other words, there's products that are released on a consistent basis that if you wait just a week or so, they will show up in a PLR membership site. But there are products that are sold that you can have offer on an upsell, usually buy the resale rights to them, that they will never be offered in a membership site. So that's the type of products that you want to look for to really expand your business. Now, when you're first getting started, you absolutely have to be building a list. You have to start developing a list, and most likely in starting out this list, you're going to want to do affiliate marketing. So I would recommend that you start out with building a list and joining a couple of PLR membership sites, and then work on getting some unique products. One of the very first ones that I bought that was totally unique, and usually buying something that's unique is going to cost quite a bit. One of the first ones that I bought was the public domain gold mine. It took Tony Laydig was real big in releasing info products in public domain, and he sold resale rights to one of his products, but it was really expensive. And we're talking about in 2008 or so. It was rare to get resale rights to products back then, and it was one of the products I invested in, and it was one of my very first successful products in the resale rights business model. That's how I would get started with it today, is joining a couple of PLR membership sites and getting some of the products that you can get from those, and working on making them either unique if you can, or adding something unique to them so that you can sell them. The next question I got says, I missed your training on white label rights. Can you make that link available? Actually, this is the third time I've gotten this question on that training, and I'm working on a list of all of the previous webinars and going to put them over in the Facebook group as a file, so you guys can access any of the previous trainings. I have a whole list of them, just that they are in like 2 or 3 different areas, and I've got like 2 or 3 different lists. I need to combine the list together into one good list, and I'll make that available inside the Facebook group. But this is I know it's the third time I've been asked about the replay link for that one particular training recently. Ed's asking, where can we find resale rights products that won't wind up on PLR sites like IDPLR or Resale Rights Weekly? You have to pay attention to products that are being released in that they're initially offered as, they're selling you the product itself, and then in the upsells, they're going to offer you the resale rights, and it's usually going to be, like I said in the example I gave of the Tony Leydig product, they're going to be quite a bit more to purchase those type of rights. Now, it will say on the sales pages of most of those that the rights of where you can sell the product. Anytime you're on a product that has resale rights, there's usually some sort of section that tells what you're allowed to do with that product. And the key thing you want to look for is that it cannot be added to a free or a paid membership site. If it is allowed to be in a free or paid membership site, it more than likely will end up on a PLR membership site. So if you don't see that line, that means it probably will never be added to, a resale rights membership site like that. But it's just a matter of, watching your emails for new products that come out and going to JV pages and looking to see if they're even going to give you any hints of, resale rights or white label rights. White label is becoming the most popular thing for marketers to offer now, is white label rights to their products. It's kind of taking over what used to be, popular in PLR. White label gives people a chance to take the same product and rebrand it, as opposed, to having to rework it like you would with PLR. So that's getting to be the most popular thing, and you'll hardly ever see white label rights offered in a PLR membership site. Jimmy says, can you explain more about what Moby Social Deals SaaS app is and how you can use it in your business? Jimmy's talking about a software as a service app that I have for my mobile clients. It's a product that I haven't promoted at all, except to the people that are a part of my MobiFire apps membership. It's actually a software that lets you develop lead pages and offer pages and coupons that are going to be specifically targeted to mobile devices for mobile marketing. The whole idea behind it is all the squeeze pages and offer pages and the coupon pages are mobile compliant, so that you can run mobile traffic to them, and the offers and the pages will work correctly. Most of the pages you see like that now may be mobile compliant somewhat, and that they will function, but that software develops pages specifically for mobile. Now they still work on desktops as well, it's just they may be blown up a lot bigger on a regular desktop, but they are the pages and the coupons that you create with that are specifically for mobile marketing. Is it Android only? No, it's a software as a service, so you can use the pages on any type of app, because it's actually delivered from the web, not from a specific app. It doesn't create apps at all. Now, if you're asking about the MobiFire membership, it's a web-based interface that creates both, well, actually creates Android, iOS, and Kindle apps. And we just added recently to it Windows apps. You can now create Windows apps with that interface. Let's go to the next question here. What's the deal with most marketers jumping on the Instagram bandwagon in product creation? Here's the deal why people are jumping on the Instagram bandwagon. Instagram and Pinterest is another one that people are really starting to pay more attention to, is primarily an image and video sharing site. And most people now are using mobile devices, especially the smartphones, to share content with each other. And Instagram and Pinterest are just perfect for that type of thing because it's primarily image and video based. Now, just recently, I was watching a documentary on teenagers and social media and where teenagers are spending all their time in social media. And one girl made a comment that really rang home about social media in today's world, in that most of the millennials, and I'm talking about people that are 18 to 30 now, that's what we're considering the millennial market now, consider Facebook to be the equivalent of a typewriter. That's exactly what the word she used, that Facebook is the equivalent of a typewriter, whereas Instagram is the equivalent of having a smartphone app available to you. So that's where the trend in social media is going, is with just strictly posting images and commenting on the images that are posted. So that's why you see most marketers paying more attention now to Pinterest and Instagram, is because of this, because we're trying to move back into, developing new uh, market avenues, and then the millennials are definitely going to be a part of it, especially as they grow older and they get more used to the social networks like that, as opposed to them leaving places like Facebook now. So you're going to see quite a bit of this over the next couple of years as both of these sites get more and more popular. And in fact, Instagram and Facebook are integrating together now to try to, Facebook is trying to gain back some of that following. They're losing the Instagram, so they're integrating with them now, and they're going to be offering ad space in both places with this one account. So that's another reason why you're seeing so much attention being paid to Instagram right now. The next question is, did you get Insta Profit machines? If so, what do you think about it? I picked up the front end offer on it. I didn't get any of the OTOs, and I've only been through the first module of training, and it seems like it's really good in that it's about running ads on Instagram. In case you don't know that, it's about Instagram and running ads over on Instagram through Facebook. It seems like it's going to be really good. Like I said, I've only been through the first module of the training, so I don't know what's in the second and the third module. But like I said, that more marketers now are paying attention to Instagram and Pinterest now, so I have a feeling it's going to be really good. And as far as the content, they do offer in that first module, some really good ideas on how to pick up on what's trending in Instagram, which is something I didn't know, how to find out what's trending in Instagram. So I did learn something from that. I would say it's probably worth getting just for the training, especially like I said, just what I learned in the first module about the trending was, well worth I think it was like $13 when it first launched is what I got it for. The next question is, I want to create a product of my own. In your opinion, what type of products sells the best? And I could swear I got this same question from the same guy before. Maybe he didn't hear my answer before. In fact, we touched on this just a little bit during the presentation. Things that are selling the best now are multimedia type products. Um, Anything with video or audio or webinars or that type of thing are selling the absolute best. Software is still a huge seller, has always been and always will be, because people can actually see it do something. Ebooks still will sell, but they have to be extraordinarily precise in what they're delivering, in that it's something totally unique that you can't get anywhere else, because most of the stuff you can get in the ebook now you can find for free on the internet and other places, and people are waking up to it and realizing that. So that's why they want to see videos, people actually demonstrating something, or they want to see software that actually does something for them. So if you're going to start creating products that you want to be guaranteed that they're going to sell, that's the mediums you need to be looking at, something that's multimedia, and if possible, something software related. Jimmy says, any opinions on WP Tweet Machine Pro and WP Fan Machine Pro? I haven't had access to WP Tweet Machine Pro, but I have had access to WP Fan Page Machine Pro, and it's really good. I like it. The only problem I have with, and like I said, I haven't tried the WP Tweet Machine, but I have the WP Fan Machine, is that it's WordPress based, and unless you're going to build a blog to run it specifically just for that, it's going to bog down your blog, because that's one of the things that, my pet peeves about WordPress is just it's so far bloated in itself and just the initial install and the plugins that you have to make it secure, that adding things like it to it's just going to slow it down even more. So if you were going to, build a blog just for creating those fan pages, it would probably be okay. It seems to work fine, but adding it to your normal blog that you're going to be using on a consistent basis, like I said, the more you add to a WordPress blog, the slower it gets and the slower response it has. And in this day and time, you have to have fast response. But like I said, I haven't tried WP Tweet Machine, so I can't give you much of an opinion on it since I've only heard of it and not actually tried it. And then the last question I have is, are membership sites the best way to earn residual monthly income? I wouldn't say they're the absolutely best way. I mean, there's still other ways of earning residual income. They're probably the easiest way to get started with earning residual income. It doesn't take much to create a membership site and provide content that you release on a drip fed basis, to keep people from unsubscribing and looking forward to the new content. Or, if you're providing new content each month, it's probably the easiest way to create a residual income. But there are other ways that are just as good. I mean, providing coaching and training is another way of creating residual income. Providing consultation to offline businesses is another great way to create residual income. So there's lots of other ways. Network marketing is another way of creating residual income. So I think membership sites are probably the easiest way to get started with it, but I wouldn't say that they're the absolute best. But they are the avenue that most people take when they want to create residual income, is, to put up a membership sites. Now, the thing that I've noticed with membership sites, and this has been the trend for the last couple of years, is that fixed term membership sites seem to sell the best as opposed to, ongoing ones that never have an end. The ones that never have an end, you're providing new content on a consistent monthly basis, which gets to be a grind after a while, unless you're making enough money with the membership site that you can have a staff of people, working on keeping the site updated with new content. If you're having to do it yourself, it gets to be a monthly grind, and it gets hard to keep up with the content and keep up with the site, keep up with the support. So the fixed term ones seem to be the best. I mean, you can create, 12 months worth of content and bring people in, and you're going to get 6 to 12 payments from before the membership payments end. So that's the most route people go with a membership site now, is with the fixed term ones. Okay, that was the last of the questions that I got through the replay forms. Something I wanted to see if you guys noticed today. Did you guys notice that last week that Jeremy and Simon were running the last week sale of their Monkey Player video player, and that on the 23rd, today, they were going to close it out altogether, and then on the 23rd today, that Sam Backer comes out with a white label version of a video player. To me, that seems like too much of a coincidence that happened like that. That Sam could have released that, a couple weeks ago, but he waited for Jeremy and Simon's sale to end this past week before he decides to release his. And what was also unique about this product that he launched today is that instead of offering the personal use rights up front like most people do, he goes off with the initial offering of the white label version up front. Now, of course, in the sales funnel itself, there is a pro version of the white label version. But I thought that was unique and awful coincidental that those two product launches were timed like they were, so that today, when the end of Monkey Player went off sale, here comes another video player, and it comes on with white label rights right from the very beginning. Did anybody else catch that? In fact, I know one of the lists that I'm on, a guy sent out an email about it today that he thought it was funny too, that the way the timing of that was, that one ends at midnight last night, which is today, and then at 10 o'clock this morning another launches with white label rights right from the very beginning. I'm starting to see this white label thing has really taken over now. That we're seeing a whole lot more of that now, especially in affiliate promotion now with offering, white label bonuses. We're seeing a whole lot more of that than we used to see. And now I don't know if Sam's trying to create a new trend of offering white label up front. I know that Bertus Engelbert, I think is how you pronounce his last name, and then Martin Crumlish, they're known for selling, white label versions of their products up front, but it's something they've been doing for a while. This is something totally unique that Sam did from offering that right up front as opposed to the way he's normally been doing, because he's been offering white label versions of his softwares before, but it's always been on the upsells in the funnel, not on the very front end product. Yeah, Monkey Player was launched twice. What video player creator would you consider the best? Depends on what type of videos you're wanting to create, which one would be the best. If you're wanting to create, the doodle whiteboard sketch type videos, I would say Explain to You is probably the best one, or Video Maker FX. Well, it'd be a toss up between those two. But if you just want to create general videos, I mean, there's lots of different programs out for that to create general videos. As far as the players go, the players, each one has its own different features, and it depends on what you're needing the player to do, which one would be the best. Another thing I noticed between the Monkey Player and this video thing that Sam released today, they have almost the exact same features, although they are different from each other, but they have almost the exact same features. I noticed that too, that Sam's product came out today has almost the exact same features as Monkey Player did. Dana says, so what was his OTOs then? Dana, his OTOs was, the first one was a pro version of the white label thing, and then there was another OTO that was content, and then there was another software bundle to go with the, so there's actually 4 different products in that sales funnel. One, you had the initial front end, then you had the pro version, then you had the content, and then you had a software bundle that he was offering. And I think the last one, the software bundle, was also white label. Jimmy says, I really like Monkey Player, anxious to use it on my own MP4s instead of Facebook. Yeah, I like the Monkey Player too. I got it as well. I haven't used it a whole lot yet, but I did get it when it first came out, about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. I've used it a little bit, but the other one that I got that I really like too is called Slick Player, that came out about a year ago, and I've used it more than any of the rest of them that I have. But when it comes to video players, it just depends on what you're actually wanting to do with it, which one is actually the best. But Monkey Player seems to do everything that I need. I haven't picked up that Video Engage or Inside or whatever Sam's calling that thing yet. I haven't picked it up because I didn't see much difference between it and Monkey Player, other than he was offering white label versions of it right up front. That was the only difference I seen to it, is that you could actually make it your own product to sell. But I'm just wondering though, with the onslaught now of people switching to offering white label as opposed to PLR, and then Sam doing that today, if we're going to start seeing more of that, because like I said, this is something that Bertus and Martin Crumlish has been doing for a while, offering white label versions of their softwares up front. So I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing more of that now, because it was a huge seller. I noticed that it hit the top seller list and has been number 1 and 2 on a consistent basis about all day long over on JVZoo. So it's making several thousand sales today. Okay, well guys, that was all the questions that I had. Do you guys have any other questions before we leave tonight? I don't have any announcements other than next week I'm going to be doing a pre-launch of a software that I've been working on for a while. I don't want to give out any details on it right now because I'm still working on the sales pages and the actual funnel itself. But next week I will be doing a pre-launch to a software product to my list first, and then the following week it will go into a public launch. So Probably next Monday, I'll be telling you about that product. It's going to be released next week to the internal list first. Before we leave tonight, I would like to say that for those of you that have been to the Facebook group, you know about the past 3 weeks, what we've been doing there with the challenges. And we've had a lot of really good activity over there, and a lot of people followed the challenge. I may not have, actually participated in it, but a lot of people followed the challenges. But we had several people that followed the challenges and stuck with it throughout the whole 3 weeks. And those people that did stick it out and followed that challenge, they learned a lot of different things about their business and their marketing plans and their daily schedules, and they made a lot of discoveries about things that they were doing that were working for them and things that they didn't know would work that seem to be working for them now. So even though we're not officially doing a challenge this week, I would like for everybody that was in the previous 3 challenges to continue to post over in the group about what they were working on, because like I said, we have people that are following those posts over there, even though they may not be actually participated in the previous challenge. They're actually following and learning from your example, and are actually going to the links that you're posting. So you could be gaining a following, and the group is public, so it is open to the search engines. So that's another thing you want to consider too, that every time you post something there, you have a possibility of it getting indexed and showing up in the search engines. So even though we're not officially doing a challenge this week, I would like to see everybody still posting what they're working on, and the things that they're doing on a consistent basis. Because like I said, you have people that are watching what you're doing over there, and plus, like I said, you could have the search engines pick up on it and really send you some traffic just from the links that you post there. Lots of people learn just the little things that they did actually after doing them on a consistent basis was turning out to be the best things for promoting themselves and their brand. I know John made some really good discoveries in working with the offline niche that you wouldn't think the things that he was doing online would work so well for his offline, but the things that he was doing was helping him to build his offline business, and it was he was seeing some really good results from it. Picked up another client or two throughout these past 3 weeks. So if you get a chance, go over and scroll back through the posts of what people made over in the last 3 weeks and what they did, and it may give you some ideas on what you could be doing. Most of the things everybody did there only took like 5 to 15 minutes a day to do something that you could easily do every single day. So there's lots of things that people were doing that that we take for granted, that we either don't know that they're going to work for us, or you never even tried them to see if they would work. And people got good results from the work that they were doing. Okay, guys. Well, if there's no other questions, I don't want to hold you much longer. We're right at an hour now. I want to thank everybody for coming to the call. We'll have the replay ready probably by Friday of this week. I will work on getting that list of the previous webinars posted into the Facebook group this week. I've got a good sized list of them already. I just need to, we've got them posted in like 3 different areas right now, so I need to gather up the other 2 lists and combine them so that, there'll be one consistent list of where they're all at. But thanks for coming to the call tonight, guys. If you need to get a hold of me, the best ways to do it. Probably the Facebook group is going to get the most quickest response. But you can also contact me through email or the webinar replay forms as well. Have a great week, folks, and thanks for coming.